Now, regulating both upper and under thread refers to the process of regulating the tension of both upper and under thread. Now, regulating the tension of both upper and under thread can be done so as to achieve a defined stitch. Now, for your stitch to be perfect, you need to know how to regulate both upper and under thread. Now, this is the upper thread tension. This is the upper thread tension. And the under thread tension refers to the tension on the bobbin holder. That is the tension spring leaf. Alright, in the GIF I'm going to be showing you that. But getting started, if the tension on both upper and under thread is normal, the result will be perfect. That means the needle and bobbin thread will be locked in the center of the thickness of the fabric. Right? That is when the upper tension, the upper thread tension and the under thread tension is normal. That is, this is not too tight or too loose, or too strong or too loose, and then the under thread is not too loose or too strong. The result will be perfect. But if the tension on the upper thread is too strong, the joint point will come up to the surface of the fabric. That is when you start to see looping on the surface of your fabric. That means the upper thread tension is too strong. All you have to do is make it loose a little bit. Okay? And at the same time, if the tension of the under thread is too strong, the joint point will go down to the underside of the fabric. Now this is, hold on, let me show you quickly the tension of the under thread. Now, watch me pull out this bobbin holder. Now this is how to pull out the bobbin. You can see how I first pull on the latch. Now I'm just going to drag this out like so. Alright. Now this is the tension spring leaf. Okay. Tension spring leaf. Now this is where you regulate the tension of the under thread with a screwdriver. While regulating the upper thread tension, you only have to regulate the knob, which is this very knob right here. This is tightening it and this is loosening it. Alright. The same applies to the under thread tension, but you're gonna have to use a screwdriver for regulating this. Alright, hold up. Now mind you, if both of them are too loose, I mean the upper tension is too loose and the under thread tension is too loose, that is the tension of the spring leaf is too loose, that is when floating stitches will occur. Okay? But if too tight, I mean both of them is too tight, I mean the top thread tension and the bottom thread tension is too tight, that is when your fabric becomes wrinkled and then the thread starts to break. Now for you to achieve a defined stitch, a perfect clean stitch, you must be familiar with regulating the upper thread and under thread tension, which I am about to show you right now. For you to be able to achieve a perfect stitch, the upper thread tension and the under thread tension must be normal. I mean, must not be too tight or too loose. You are? Alright, hold up. Now, if the upper thread is too tight, losing the thumb knot of the tension disc, just losing it like this if it is too tight. Because the aim is to balance the upper thread and the under thread for perfect stitch, so that the needle and bobbin thread will be locked in the center of the thickness of the fabric. So when the needle and bobbin thread is locked in the center of the thickness of the fabric, that is when you have a clean and perfect and defined stitch. Okay? Now, if the under thread is too loose, lift out the bobbin case and tighten the screw of the tension spring leaf outside the bobbin case with a screwdriver. Now, this is how you do this right here. If it is too loose, now with the use of a screwdriver, just tighten the tension like so, clockwise, so as to increase the tightness of the tension. Okay? Okay. But if the upper thread is too loose, okay, the upper thread, if it is too loose, tighten the thumb knot of the tension disc. Just tighten it if it is too loose, clockwise. Okay? Now, if the under thread is too tight, lift out the bobbin case and loosen the screw of the tension spring leaf outside the bobbin case with a screwdriver. You are? Alright, let's do this right here. Now this is how you lift out the bobbin and loosen it. Okay? Now loosening this is placing your screwdriver right here and loosen counterclockwise. Now mind you, we're doing this just to balance the upper and under thread tension. And this tension controls your upper thread, while this tension right here, the tension spring leaf, the outside of the bobbin case, controls the under thread. But mind you, they must be in equilibrium, they must be balanced, not too tight, not too loose. It must be the same for you to achieve a perfect, clean, and defined stitch. You are? Alright, now with all this being explained, I hope now you have idea on how to regulate your both upper and under thread of your sewing machine right here, because they must be the same for you to achieve a defined and clean perfect stitch. So when your sewing machine starts to loop on top of the fabric, just know that the upper thread tension is too tight. That is when you start to see looping on the surface of your fabric. Like when you place your fabric like this and you're sewing and you start seeing loops on top, because the joint point was supposed to be locked in the center of the thickness of the fabric, but because the upper thread tension is too tight or too strong, then the joint point pops out and pops on the surface of the fabric. But if the under thread the other under thread is too strong, that is when the joint point goes down to the underside of the fabric. And when bolt is too loose, that is when floating stitches will appear. And if bolt is too tight, your fabric starts to wrinkle. So when you sew in and you see your fabric is easily getting wrinkled and your threads breaking, just know that both upper and under thread tension is too tight. You have to loosen this thumb nut screw with your hand, and the under thread tension spring leaf, you have to do that with your screwdriver. I hope you've learned from this clip right here.